Good afternoon, and thanks for joining this session for the introduction to Microsoft AppSource. So before I get started, I would like to get a feeling of how you already know about Microsoft AppSource. So by a show of hands, who knows anything about AppSource? Okay, so we have lots of participants here who are not so familiar with AppSource, so I'm going to start with an introduction. So Microsoft AppSource is the destination for business users to find line of business SaaS applications. So you're already using a Microsoft product such as Dynamics 365, Power BI, or Office 365, but you're looking for these additional applications that you might not get out of the box. You can go to AppSource and you can easily try it, see if it's right for you, and then connect with the partners and the implementation partners who help you get started. So again, let's take a look at the different people who actually access and present their solutions and applications on AppSource. So first of all, why did we create AppSource? Because we know that business users are looking for apps. They're always trying to solve business problems, get better, more efficient, more productive, and the cloud really helps. SaaS applications are still on the rise, and organizations are now moving on-premises workloads to the cloud. And here's the place for you to find applications that you can extend your existing applications or just look for very specific vertical applications that help in your particular industry. Then we have our partners, our ISVs who build these applications on our platform. And we want to make it easier for them to actually reach customers, to make sure customers can find the application in one place. And then once the business user found an application and knows that's the right one for them, and they want to learn more, they can then connect with an implementation partner for the ISV apps. But we also just announced this week that we're starting to add consulting services offerings for first-party apps such as Dynamics 365 and Power Apps, as well as for third-party apps. So really making it easy with a very, very defined offer to connect with a partner. So here, just a quick recap, what I mean when I say, okay, this is AppSource, this is the type of apps that you can find. So first we have, as you all know, the Azure platform. Then we have other tools, the common application platform, such as Power Apps and Microsoft Flow that help partners build applications. Then we have our business applications, Office 365, Power BI, and Microsoft Dynamics 365. And our partners then build, extend our applications with industry-specific solutions or solutions for a specific user type, for example, HR or project management. And then we provide everyone the ability to then promote their apps and their services on AppSource so you can easily find them and try them. So far, and we just launched AppSource in July of 2016, we have now more than 2,700 applications across web apps, across Power BI, Dynamics 365, Cortana Intelligence, and all the Microsoft products. More than 1,400 ISVs have listed their applications. And earlier this week, we also talked about that now all Office 365 users are actually going to AppSource to find their apps. So Office 365 has monthly commercial active users of more than 100 million, and you see there's a lot of community, a lot of users are coming to AppSource, trying apps, and also leaving their ratings and reviews, so for you to actually see what do other people think about the apps. Then, of course, here, 90% of Fortune 500 companies are using the Microsoft Cloud already, so you see a lot of people are joining the community here and looking for apps. So let's talk about the 3 steps. So first, how can we help business users discover apps on AppSource? What do we do? Then, once you found an app, how can you easily experience how the app works and if it's right for you? And then once you have made a decision that this is the right app for you to use, how do you get it? How do you get started quickly? Because at the end of the day, we really want to reduce the time to value. So you found an app, how do you get started quickly? So first, how do you discover apps? So of course you can go to AppSource, www.appsource.com, but you can also find the applications in context of what you're doing. So let's say you're an Office 365 user, and you go to the store in the Office app launcher, you will end on AppSource, and you get a pre-filtered view. You can easily find apps that work on Office 365, but you can also find other apps there. It's pre-filtered, but you can, of course, search for other apps, and we're seeing that people are doing this. Then, if you use Dynamics 365, whether you are in a trial, you haven't made a decision yet to use it, or if you are a user who's already using Dynamics 365, you can easily look for apps. There's a little link, Get More Apps, and it will actually show you apps that work for the products that you're using. So very easy to find other applications. And then if you're in Power BI, the same concept, go to Power BI, New Apps, and it shows you apps that work with Power BI, that help you connect to your SaaS service that you're already using, that help you maybe find a very particular visualization that you have been looking for that's not coming out of the box. So that's how we help business users to easily find what they're looking for, in context of what they're doing. Then, when they arrive on AppSource, we have multiple trial experiences. So as I mentioned before, there's one example. It's Dynamics HR Management, and it works on Dynamics 365. You can try it if you already have Dynamics 365, but if you don't, you would have to set up a trial experience, and you would have to install this, get it on top of Dynamics 365, which is already a step too much. So what we do is we create, for these type of scenarios, we have test drives. And a test drive is a pre-configured environment. You click on it, you log in with your Azure Active Directory account, and it spins up a pre-configured environment that's completely set up. You don't have to worry about Dynamics 365 licenses and so on. And most of them actually walk you through the scenario. So there are some kind of clicks, say click here to do this, then do this. Many of them are even based on roles, so you have a role-specific experience. So that's totally no commitment from you at all. Then we have also free trials. When you have a web app as this one, the AvePoint Citizen Services, then you can easily do a trial. It's a web app. It just knows, it adds you as a user for a certain period of time. You can try the app. And then we have certain apps that are a little bit more complex. They don't have a test drive environment enabled yet, and that's a contact me experience. So if you're interested, you can reach out to the ISV, and they will contact you. So with that, I would like to show you a quick demo of how the experience can look like. Okay, here we go. So this is AppSource, and as you can see, I have the ability to search by category, I can search by industry, or I can search by product. If I already know I'm looking for add-ins, applications for specific products, I can simply click here. In this case, I'm looking for a financial services application. So I can simply type it in here. And maybe I want to know what next actions I should take. And now it shows me more and more results, and I found the application that I'm looking at. So I can now click here and find more information about the application. Because first, I might want to read a little bit about it. Then there is a little video I could look at. There's also additional content, a brochure maybe that I want to review, or I can just simply here do the free trial. I need to be signed in with my Azure Active Directory account, and now I agree that the information, my name and my email, is sent to Microsoft and also to the partner so they can actually follow up with you after the trial. So now it's taking me through the setup process. Everything happens behind the scenes, and in a short while I should be able to try the app. So this particular app is actually for financial services companies, and it is based on particular roles. So for example, or verticals even. I'm in retail banking, I might be interested in those. Commercial banking, here are some really good examples, and then insurance are here as an example as well. I'm in retail banking, and let's see, there are certain target users. So if you are in internet banking customers, then you would use that selection. Or maybe you are the contact center agent, and so on. You can see there is multiple scenarios that are optimized for certain users. Let's say I would like to learn more about how I can interact with prospective customers. I can easily click on this one, and what happens now, it actually starts a Power App. So it shows me an example of a Power App application, and it walks me through the process. So it tells me exactly what I can do, but it also allows me to actually say, okay, I don't need this, I want to really get that hands-on experience, and I can close the walkthrough experience and just go back to the application and try it myself. So that's one experience that we have here, or we could go back to other experiences. For example, I am in I need an application for project management, so I can click here on apps. Maybe I'm looking for project management. And now I find applications that are project management. If I'm not familiar with Office, Microsoft Project, I get some help there as well. And here is one example where I could now just simply even, either add the trial experience to my Dynamics 365 implementation or do a test drive. So if I do a test drive, it's very simple. It's getting set up behind the scenes. I don't have to worry about that. And it told me that you have 1 hour to try. Now, is 1 hour enough? What we have seen is that users really only want to get a feel of how this is working. Is that right for us? Does it help me solve my problems, my challenges? And as this is a pre-configured environment, we make it available for you for a certain period of time. You can, of course, come back all the time if you need to go back later on. And then I need to sign in. Sorry. And I would need to sign in, and then it shows me the entire experience. And sorry about that, my password has changed. So, but here you can go in, you can have the same experience at the end. It just gives you the pre-configured environment running directly on Dynamics 365. So in addition to that, you can also search for consulting services. So as I mentioned earlier, if I go back to the application that I was just showing you the sign-up experience, it shows you partners that have experience and can implement the application in your area. But what we also listed here are consulting services. And consulting services help you connect with an implementation partner who has the experience for that product, and then also provides you with a predefined offering. So that could be a demo, it could be an assessment, it could be an implementation, and they offer you that service. Most of them are fixed price, or some of them are free. most of them are then also conducted on site, and some might be done remotely. So with that, let's go back to the presentation. And just talk a little bit more about, just like we talked about, you discover, you try an app, and then you can get the application. As I mentioned, you can simply get the application. In many cases, you can just install the free trial Office application. You can just get them. Power BI content packs, you just go in and get them. Or you can simply connect with the ISVs. Or you can work with an implementation partner that offers implementation services for the particular app, or implementation services for first-party applications. And here's a little bit more details on the new consulting services offerings that we just launched this week. It helps you to find quality consulting services offers, because the partner has to meet a specific competency requirement. So they have to be certified in the application where they offer consulting services for. They have to be predefined engagements. So they have to be proven engagements that they have done before, and they are really have a defined scope and a defined outcome. I mentioned that before, the partner has to have competencies in order to list them. And right now, in the first launch, we offer these offerings for partners who have expertise for Dynamics 365, Power BI, Power Apps, and Microsoft Flow. We just launched in the US with over 100 consulting services offerings, and in early October you will see Canada and the UK will follow, and then we will open up to other countries as partners submit their offerings. So then, just to wrap it up, AppSource helps business users find and try apps, ISVs to expand their reach, to make sure that the apps that they develop can reach more customers, customers can find them more easily, and then the implementation partners really help the organizations to look at their requirements, help find and assist with finding the right app, and then eventually help reduce time to value. So where can you learn more? Sorry, there was one click too many. You can visit AppSource to find the apps. You can try an app. As said, when you log in with Azure Active Directory, you will join our monthly newsletter. You will get more information on a monthly basis on what's new, customer stories, things like that. Then you can follow us on Twitter. There we actually tweet about as apps become available and share news. And while you're at Ignite, we are at the Expo and have a station there where you can come in and take an app for a test drive. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you liked the session or any feedback, please evaluate how you like this presentation, and we value your feedback and enjoy the rest of your conference. Thank you.